Hello everybody and welcome back to Crazy Bees. We are in the backyard right now next to my Roselle plant. Isn't it beautiful? I am picking Roselle flowers, which I am going to take the seeds out of, and then I'll dry them, and then I'll store them, and we will make different things with this Roselle throughout the season. So what you want to do is you want to kind of get the Roselle, you want to pick it kind of 10 days after it blooms, I believe. I used to watch, well I still do, I watch Angela with Growing in the Garden, and she does a lot with the Roselle. So I learned to that she said 10 days after its flowers, and then I just try to work this. Whoops, I'm out of practice. I haven't done it for a little bit, but there's a seed inside of here, and you want to get all these petals off of this seed to dry. Because if this seed stays in here, you've got a good chance that your Roselle is going to mold, because this is very moist. So I'm going to be working on that, but I've got a bunch already. Now see here, let's see if I can find one. This one right here looks like it just flowered. Trying to find one. Here's one right here. You can't see that one, it's too high. There's one right here. See that little flower in there? It's going to open up, and it's in the okra family, so it kind of looks like an okra flower. They're just beautiful. So what they'll do is they'll open up, they'll flower, and then after they flower, they'll drop, that flower will dry out, and this will start forming a calyx, and as it grows, it just keeps that seed in there, just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and your Roselle keeps getting bigger. So you go from, I'll just cut this little guy off here. So you go from a little guy like this, and then that seed will start growing, okay, and then eventually he's going to be like this, and it doesn't take very long. And this is the time that you want to pick them, and then you want to dry them. So we're just going to pick these beautiful calyxes. Here's one here that still has the dried flower in it, but it's ready to go. All you do is just pull that right out, and there you go. Your seed is right inside of there. I am so happy with this. Getting more ready to bloom right here. Okay, I think we'll leave the rest of them and let them grow out some more. I think we got all the big ones.
Oh, I'm doing it. Okay. Hey, you guys. All right. So, I actually bought this gardenia for an indoor. It wasn't like being indoors. So I moved it to the backyard and it's been doing great. Because no roots were showing at the bottom, I honestly didn't think that it was root bound at all.
I'm not sure if it's root bound, but it definitely, the roots are.
Well, look at these roots.
Look at that. Are they wound around though? I don't think they're wound around. Hold on, don't pull it out by yourself. We're gonna
okay,
get this.
Pull it back and let's set it up right here so we can see.
Okay. Here, do you want to hold this?
Sure.
Yeah, he's not root bound, but definitely has a good substantial amount of roots going, but not root bound, so that's awesome. So we're gonna tip him up and get him into the hole.
Perfect. We'll be back.
We measured great.
Okay.
So we're gonna get him backfilled, and then we'll come back and show you how it looks in the ground. This is where our camera started going kaputs on us 2 weeks ago. We were putting this plant in the ground, and I never got to show you how it looked when we were done. It has been now 2 weeks since we put it in the ground. You can see some new growth up in here, and a little bit coming in, but it definitely took a hit. We are still trying to adjust the water in this front yard because I don't know if you can tell from this angle, but it goes in a downhill slope. So everything from this jasmine plant going down is getting runoff from each one of these plants. So the bottle brush trees were here when we moved in, but believe it or not, those are weeds. That's where we have tried 2 different trees now, and neither one of them took. They both died, and I do believe it's root rot that's causing that. They're just getting too much water from runoff. I even shut off the drip irrigation that's in there, and we were still losing them. We had that plant that we had planted right there. It was flourishing in the backyard in the pot. Now you can see only the very tip of it is doing okay. So we're losing that one. And then here I have tried 3 different lantana bushes now, and every one of them has died on me. One multi colored one, and then it started with the yellow one, and I had another one in there that I also pulled out already that died, and this one is barely hanging on. So we really need to change our drip. Tom just put in a new line, or a whole new system, and so we are going to be running separate lines for the shrubs now and the trees. These shrubs were all on the same system as the trees, and they're just getting way too much water. Now the gardenia, this one is just flourishing, But then if you look at this little guy, he's struggling. He had a really hard summer. He's starting to come back, but he did have a hard summer. But he's looking pretty good right now. So we'll give him a little bit more time. And over here, the rosemary and the vincas. And look at this, you guys. This is the first time I've had lavender actually come back. I'm very excited about that. And then we have these vincas also. Let me back out here. The rose bushes are doing really well. This one. Candace's other one where we have the gardenia now died. So that's where we put that gardenia. But it is struggling, but hopefully it'll come around. And then the jasmine is just going crazy. And then here is where we are going to be putting the other two white rose bushes. We do need to put another lattice panel right there so that it can go all the way across. But that is where we're going to put the rose bushes. That's a project for another day. So I'm sorry we couldn't get this out to you when we first did the gardenia, but like I said, the camera went on the fritz. So you just do one thing at a time. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you on the next video.